blessing. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it.
Good morning, Knicks universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Knicks Morning Brew on this Friday, May 10th. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, hanging out with my compadres this morning. I got my guy Eddie Presti, and I got my guy Jiggaman Porto. And all you Knicks fans, wake up and get your coffee, fellas. How we doing this morning?
Hanging in there, man. Hanging in there, bro. I see Celso's muted as usual.
Celso's having technical difficulties with his audio, but we still here. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to you, Eddie Presti. The Knicks, we up 2-0. Eddie, how you feeling? Knicks are up 2-0 against the Indiana Pacers. Hold on, something's not right. Let me turn my light on. There's my light. Go ahead, Eddie.
2-0 going into Indy. Probably today, I would say, with the injuries and with the whole thing with the refs and all this bullshit, I'd say if there was ever a game that Indiana's going to get, tonight would be the night. Just because of everything we witnessed over the last few days with Carlisle complaining that we're getting all the calls and all this bullshit, and the fact that OG's down, I have to say, if I was a betting man, I would say Indiana gets this game 3. I think it's going to be a lot like that Philly series where Philly took game 3, and then I think we take game 4.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen it already, Ian Begley just tweeted literally right when the intro was going on. Rick Carlisle was fined by the NBA $35,000. I wish I had $35,000 just to throw away in the trash. Yes, but he was fined by the NBA. And this is what the NBA said. On May 10th, Indiana head coach Rick Carlisle has been fined $35K for public criticism of the officiating and questioning the integrity of the league and its officials. It was announced today by Joe Dumars, executive VP, head of basketball operations for the NBA. Listen. If that happened with the Knicks, right, would I have been upset about that? Absolutely. How many games? We lost like 2 games this year because referees, horrible officiating at the end of the game. I get that. But you heard Tyrese Halliburton. You heard the other players from the Pacers. The referee calls aren't the only reason why you lost that game. You had a double-digit lead. You had the lead. Jalen Brunson missed damn near the second quarter and came back in the second half. You should have put it. And OG missed the end of the third quarter and the entire fourth quarter. So it wasn't just the referees. You, as a head coach, you fumbled the bag. Your team didn't take advantage of Jalen Brunson being out and OG Anunoby being out. You had a time to punch us in the mouth, and you didn't.
Yeah. And they also stopped going to McConnell, who was absolutely torching us that game. Yeah. Both games, as a matter of fact. Oh, let's take him out. Let's continue to take him out. Yeah, smart plan.
Yeah. Let me shout out the chat real quick. Shout out chat. Uncle Stephen Fox is in the building. Stephen Fox, how you doing? Salute to you, Foxy. Jacob Petruzzi is in the building. My guy Jacob, the fly young fella himself. On Dios NYK, just to let everybody know, on Dios, he just joined the squad. He's a part of the familiar. He was already family, but now he's a part of the Morning Brew sports team. He's helping us out when it comes to social media, clipping a lot of memes. So on Dios, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. It was a funny one he put out this morning. I was dying laughing. Make sure you guys go check that out. Who else is in the building? My good friend Shanti's in the building. Shanti, how you doing? Bodega Wi-Fi is in the building. Bodega Wi-Fi, how you doing, my guy? Salute to you. CT Pittman is in the building. NYC Ball 08 is in the building. How you doing? Devin Nolan is in the building. Felix Aurelia is in the building. Willie G, how you doing? Like always, if you guys can, please smack that like button and hit that subscribe button. And if you can, make sure you buy a $20 raffle ticket for a Buy Me a Coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com, Morning Brew Sports. We have another giveaway that we're doing. We have another raffle. So now that you up here, let the people know what's going on tonight. What are you doing tonight? What are we doing with these raffle tickets tonight?
First of all, I have to keep muting you guys. My sound's all done. I My AirPods are all jacked after the trip. But what's up? And Eddie, bro, I didn't get the memo. Look at us, man. Heck, what up? You know what? We got to fix this just because I care what the people are looking at right now. And aesthetically, my OCD says this looks better. Oh, there we go.
Always got to put the better looking guy in the middle. That's what I'm saying. That's how things should be.
Hold on.
That's
all right.
If
that's the case.
Hater.
Tonight, guys, we've got the Knicks versus Pacers watch party, game 3 tonight here in Concord, North Carolina, guys. We are doing it big. We got Jay Boogie coming up, guard up Knicks, Apollo, Knicks Beast is coming out, Fulio, Freezy. I mean, guys, the amount of people that have responded has been phenomenal. So because of the response, we teamed up and said, you know what? Let's go ahead and get with our guys, and we got ourselves another signed Jalen Brunson basketball for tonight. Right. We got some hoodie merch giveaways. $20 gets you 2 entries into everything. So here's your chance. And again, it's a way for you guys to help support us that can't come out there but still want a chance at it. So we're looking to make this really like the new thing where we can have a home here in North Carolina too, right? My backyard. So if you're interested, the link is in the chat, guys. $20. Get yourself entered in there. The duck races will go live from the event tonight. But you know what? Heck, before we go super crazy into the chat and everything.
Go ahead.
We've been waiting. We've been hearing all these rumblings about this Jay Boogie release. All kinds of other Knicks content creators. And I even heard we had one of our own on there, right?
I don't know. I think we may have a little Phil Porto on the track.
A little Phil all caps on there. But ladies and gentlemen, it's official. The Knicks Symphony has been released. I want to play the whole track. Can we do that?
Let's play the whole track right now. Debut it.
Yeah, I think before we debut it, the chat should earn it. Drop a bunch of fire emojis. We get a shit ton of fire emojis. We go. How about this?
I tell you right now. This is how we go. This is when we know we're going to debut the episode because you guys have been helping us a lot when it comes to the reaction. If you guys can spam the reaction on the bottom right side of the chat. Right, I'm gonna check to see where the reactions are at right now. Give me 2 seconds just to find that. Right now, the reactions, according to YouTube, we are at 150 reactions. As soon as we get to 1,000 reactions, we'll play the song. That's what we'll do. We need 1,000 reactions, so we need you guys to spam the reaction. This is the first thing that we're doing. Spam the reaction, get it to 1,000, and we will play Jay Boogie's song. We're not doing it unless you do that. Spam the reactions, get it to 1,000. Go ahead.
I'm down. People are like, you know what we're talking about? People right there in the corner, the heart, the fire.
Right there on the bottom side of the screen. You see it right there, those reactions, those emojis. That's the new thing that YouTube is pushing right now because of the whole TikTok mess that's going on. So if you guys can, spam the reaction. Let's go. Let's get it to 1,000 reactions. We'll drop it a Jay Boogie track. Go ahead. Go ahead.
While we do that, then you know what? Let's get back to a little bit of Knicks talk because, guys, yes, everybody's talking about it, but I kind of wanted to get with you guys this morning in the chat. We'll do a little open panel, but we got to address it. With OG injury, is this just another day at the office for our New York Knicks? Because that's what it feels like to me this whole season. Another injury. Like I literally hear Eddie Presti now in the back of my head. Oh, fuck, another injury. That's it, you know? But it's true. I feel like we've had to say that over and over and over again. How concerned are you, Eddie, with OG being out? Are we going to be I mean, I feel we're already battle tested. Should we be worried at all with OG being out against these Pacers?
Yeah, I think you got to be a little bit worried. I mean, you know, you're down now to what, 7 people now, including that, and that's including Alec Burks. I mean, you got to wonder whether or not Jericho Sims gets some minutes. Again, like I said, I think you go into Indiana and you hope to split the series. I think that's the best case scenario that could happen. But who knows? OG was a big part of that win the other night. Again, we scored 115 points. Our starters scored 118 points, and their starters only scored 75. OG had 28 points the other night. That's nothing to just say, oh, next man up. Precious is incapable of scoring 28 points, no matter how you slice it or dice it. He will never score 28 points. He'll give you 10, maybe 15 if you're really lucky. But again, I go into these next 2 games and I look at it like, look, get 1 or 2, get back home and close them out. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I would look at it. But you might not, because OG is that big of a part of this team. He's such a huge part of this team. He's been such a big part since he's gotten here. I mean, he's to the point now where you almost forget about how good Randall was. So he's like that true second guy. He's a difference maker on defense. He's a difference maker on offense when he steps up. So, it's a big loss. It's a big loss. Keep spamming that thing too.
Yeah, Ron's like, all right, my finger hurts. What the hell are we doing here, people?
Yeah, just to let you guys know, we are at 894 reactions. So we just need 100 more reactions to 100. Smack the reactions. Spam it, smack it.
Spam it.
You know what's funny, guys, is back to the OG and the injury thing is we talked about it. You know, a lot of people right now that don't watch the Knicks are looking at it like, oh, they got OG injury. They're not going to be able to handle that. It's like, wait, you guys haven't watched us all season. For you, it's new. For us, this is the same old shit. This is what we're used to. So what I love is because we were paddle tested, we're going into situations where we already know how to handle these situations without an OG, without a Mitch, right? So it's not like for us, I think it's a benefit that we dealt with so many injuries because of that. We were able to test out all the different scenarios we had to the entire season. So
I don't know if we were ever this thin, though, Celso.
What'd you say, bro?
We were never this thin.
No, but it's almost like the basketball gods were like, well, screw it. We know Tibbs only likes to do 7 or 8. Fuck it, let's go with 7. And it took our legs away.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, look, go ahead, Hector. Muted.
Yeah, of course I'm muted. I'm sorry about that. No, what I was saying was, I'm in agreement with you, Eddie. When you look at OG Anunoby, he had his best game in his career the other game in the playoffs. 29 points. He had a phenomenal game in the absence of Jalen Brunson. His defense is amazing as well. But I see what you're saying. When the 15 minutes that OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson was on the court, do you know what their plus minus was, Eddie?
It was up there because I remember looking at Brunson. I think it was like plus 20 or some plus 19.
In the 15 minutes that they were on the court together, they had a plus 26.
Yeah.
When Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby are on the court together, the New York Knicks efficiency in the postseason, it's the best efficiency out of all the teams that are still in the playoffs right now. In the first round, I think we was behind what was the team that was? I think we was behind in the first in the first round we was behind Minnesota. In the second round, the Knicks are the number 1 efficient team when OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson are on the court at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, again, OG's a game changer. And you know, I put something out yesterday. I know everybody hates
I'm sorry. I just want to let Celso. We just passed 1,000 reactions. Appreciate you guys for spamming the reaction. Eddie, keep giving your take after Eddie.
No. I want those reactions up to 1,500 now. I'm moving the goalpost. I'm moving up that goalpost. 1,500 reactions.
Hey, SK is in the building early.
SK, what it do, my guy?
1,500 reactions or no song.
Oh, we're those people now?
No.
Move the goalpost. Ladies and gentlemen, the playoffs are here. We're at game 3. Knicks versus Pacers. Watch tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie's trying to make you do a little more work. I'm trying to buy some
spamming it while the video's playing,
Spam this shit. Spam it like crazy. Jay Boogie, the closer. Jay Boogie in the chat. Can you let everybody know the artists that are on this track?
Yes,
I didn't get to pull that up. So I want everybody to know all the artists that have played a part in this. Man, Boogie always delivering for the community right at the playoffs, just like last year. I'm excited, guys. I'm gonna take us off screen, ladies and gentlemen. The premiere, Jay Boogie, the closer, the Knicks Symphony.
New York City, it's your girl, Lady and the Chef, and I brought some of my best podcast spitters. In fact, here come the Symphony.
For the playoffs everywhere, we orange blue. Nick Dame, Fly Cam, Anthony Donahue. The MSG inside is like a 4.8, and when it shake, the magnitude is like the earthquake. Truth be told, it's a bad enough reason. When they broke the news, Julius out for the season. That only mean the squad, they more locked in. 19,812 in the garden. We sold out to the max, we the best fans. From Coach Tib going back to Red Hose, man. The Frazier era, rest in peace, still the Willis Reed. It's only right I start off the Knicks Symphony. Next up,
I believe that's me.
Drugs, light up the Knicks for the Symphony. As our time, you could tell we arrived. When you look up in the clouds, you see orange and blue skies. They doubted us for a long time, cause we came from nothing. Now the city on my back like Jalen Brunson. Next man up, you know you can't stop us. Run, shoot, off of the screen, you can't block us. 48 minutes of straight pain. We could do this at home or away games. There's no place like the Garden where stars is born and the loser's heart gets torn. We leave it all on the court. It's time to step up your game in 3-point range, or you gon' hear.
Next up,
I believe that's me.
Trippy, light up the Knicks for the Symphony.
Got JB Villanova, tell me who want wreck. Triple-headed monster, even got block nest. Orange and blue vibe, Knicks crest on your chest. Since OG, you can miss me with the Michelin nest. Chef Ragu with the shot, hit boogie, you press. Who want next? Eastbound gritty, keep it shippy, dropping 50, just crown, son. ECF up next, cut the check, we got one. Army Swift, knife mark deep, if you doubt, son, it's clout, son. New York forever saying proud, it's wartime, we changing the outcome. 24, clear the path, get it done, this is our run.
Hey yo, it's Phil, all caps, tapping in like the 6-man. Spit all facts, never slacks, I'm a Knicks fan. Slam the competition with the rhymes that I wrote. Spanning back to the days of Starks dunking on the GOAT. You will quote these lines, this is a squad to believe in. We've overcome adversity throughout the whole season. Super teams are fleeting, so we built a continuity. Regardless of our seeding, Captain Clutch was facing scrutiny, cause media lies like presidential elections. So we made them a Cuban West Side connection. The grit of the 90s, the fight of our lead. Tips screaming, where you at? The whole city behind me.
Next up,
I believe that's me. Respect history of that team that played for NYC. 90s ball, Mason Oak with a shot to your ribs. From jump ball of 48, that's on the clock for the tips. It's dedicated. Chip on our shoulder, 73, let's celebrate it. Trust me, it's personal, NBA Finals designated. We don't wanna settle for less. Last time I checked, whoever leave with that gold medal's the best. Injury reports, messing with my head got me stressed. And then boom, here comes Deuce off the bench. Had to get off that stench. The next up, the mindset of the Knicks is step up. Who want war with us? Toe to toe, who gon' score with us? Playoffs, who gon' really win 4 with us?
next up, I believe that's me. Bars and hoop, light up the Knicks for the Symphony.
Yo, we ain't no joke in competition, we clip and smoke them. These niggas is potent, underdogs remaining focused. Don't be surprised we making moves true to the game. We got a squad with hitters ready to bring the pain. We're hard hats, bring lunch pails, grimy and gritty. With 12 blue collar guys that's running the city. Ain't nothing pretty, took 6 games to finish Philly. This for my city, NYC, better sing it with me. JV's the blueprint, in other words, he's like a spark. We draining threes from long range like Josh Hart. OG be locking it down, we built to go for a few rounds. So duck down, protect your dome and your crown. So grab your seats, sit courtside and enjoy the ride. Orange and blue, Knicks fans, we rapping it with pride.
Next up,
I believe that's me.
Trav, light up the Knicks for the Symphony. Go!
Yeah, I'm in the garden like a lawnmower, going through green like a leaf blower. Orange and blue skies by the all knower. You can see the potential if you a ball knower. I'm the king, Knicks on the crown. If you big and bad, come stop us right now. The Brunson burner, he's shooting your lights out. This is our city, we taking the vice out. Get a grip, get a grip. We be killing it, man. You be looking for your heart, but it's still in my hand. Thought you was gonna come and try to steal the win. Well, I guess we had a change of plans. God damn.
Next up,
I believe that's me.
Papa left, close out the Knicks Symphony.
Bring me the smoke while they duck for the semis. All the Chucks and the Kennys getting stuck on a Fenny. Hey Becky, is Jalen 1A yet? If I hear another dame start talking out they paycheck, buck them down, no baby reindeer. These stalkers like Parker just can't be safe here. It's open season, playoff grind. I hear the Draymond Greens, they gotta play online. It take a hero to carry this city. Real work, you wash with a pod, so carry on, Gilbert. I feel perk, but this for the day ones who've been A1 on go when the hate comes. So what's a Paul Reed to a boss tweet? Get off these, we run 4-4s till it's all ring.
And that's what it sound for a Knicks Symphony. And beat is in the trunk, y'all know who on deck. Every series we dropping a Knick anthem. We ain't playing no games. It's orange and blue skies, baby. Another Mike Blaze and J30 production. And I'm the closer. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Bless, health, happiness to everybody. Peace.
Let's go. Let's go.
Baby. Yo, that entire track. Listen, I don't know who it was. Everybody in the chat is blowing it up, but someone said, this is how you start the Friday before a game 3. J Boogie, Phil, Papa Lev. I mean, everybody was on that track. Y'all killed that freaking track. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I just want to say
shout to it, you know.
Shout out.
I got some bars going on, you know.
Eddie would have been a great ad-lib. What the fuck? Playoff time. Yeah, J Boogie, we need a remix with Eddie on the track.
I just want to, because you know, so how we do over here. We're very transparent with our community. While the song was going on, you guys kept hitting that reaction. We were able to get up to 3,600, damn near 3,700 on the reaction. If you guys can, please keep on smacking the reaction. It helps us out when it comes to pushing this in the algorithm. We appreciate you guys. We got over 230 people watching us collectively along all platforms. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smack the reaction. Let's get into the convo, though. You're muted, so
I gotta keep muting when you guys talk, so there's no echo. But I was laughing because I saw that one. I gotta admit that line at the end. Congratulations, put him in the trunk. That was great. Way to go on that. Y'all killed it. Everybody's like, Eddie on the one. It's like, what the heck is Ollie, you ain't right. Rock is in the building. What up, Rock? CC said bars are fire. Man, we have such a talented community. Real quick before we jump into the next Nick topic, Jay Boogie, I just want to thank you, bro. Because time and time again, for these last 3 seasons, bro, since day one, you've been rocking with us. And every time you've had a new track, you have always blessed us to be the first ones to be like, yo, here, play this. Yo, here, if you guys want to use this. And the fact that you don't even expect it, Jay, the fact that you still call and ask as if we're doing you some kind of favor, bro. No, that's all love from you to us and back. Jay Boogie, salute, my guy. That anthem, or excuse me, the, what was it called? The Symphony. Fantastic. I love that everybody in the chat's like, when's the Morning Brew remix hip-hop mixtape coming? We got to do it, bro. At this point, you know?
I just want to say,
come on.
You said it earlier. This is a testament to the talent that is in the Knick community. So many different artists, so many different videographers, so many different graphic designers, painters. Our guy CP, the artist, he's an amazing painter as well. You got different people who are amazing graphic designers. So many different talented people in the Knicks community. It's great to see us all coming together. It's great that Jay Boogie was able to get everybody on a track together and represent for the team. And it's great because at the end of the day, they all got together to rap about our team, somebody that we enjoy, a team that we enjoy, a team that we've been rocking with, and it all correlates to where we are at right now in the postseason. So I'm just excited where we at. Let's get into this conversation because Game 3 is tonight. It's right around the corner. It's literally tonight. Back in Indiana. I know the referees is going to be a big highlight of this conversation. I do know that. I know Rick Carlisle coming into the game, he may have a target on his back because the one things the referees don't like is when you criticize them openly the way he has been criticizing them, saying that the league is rigged. And you know, the NBA, they took that personally, giving him a $35K fine because Nick Nurse, he didn't get fined. He had criticisms, but he didn't go the route Rick Carlisle went. So Nick Nurse, he did it the right way in round 1. He didn't get fined, and in Game 3, it went his team way. Rick Carlisle got fined. I'm not sure if it's going to go his way today. It's all going to depend. Obviously, OG Anunoby is out. How effective Jalen Brunson is going to be with his foot because he got that shot when he was back there, Terador, whatever it was. Let's see how he reacts after it. Not sure if he's going to get that shot again, but let's just see. It's playoff basketball. It's intensity basketball. This is the high level stakes right now, guys.
I don't want to hear this referee bullshit. I don't want to hear that the NBA's rigged bullshit. For 20 fucking years, I had to sit here and watch a team that was complete fucking garbage. I had to watch us never get fucking the guy we wanted in the draft, would always be one slot fucking behind, whether it's Steph Curry, fucking LeBron, you name it. We got screwed for 20 fucking years. So I don't ever want to hear the NBA's rigged for the Knicks. No, that is fucking total bullshit. I watched every fucking year, whether we got fucked in free agency or we got fucked in the draft, go to the Zion draft, go to the Steph Curry draft, go to the fucking time we had to get rid of Jordan Hill just to be in the fucking talks to get fucking LeBron, and we had to wait for fucking LeBron for 2 fucking years until he told us to go fuck ourselves in 2010. So fuck all you assholes that think, oh, the NBA's rigged for the Knicks. No, it's not. We got fucking screwed for 20 years, if anything. We got fucking dumped, and we were a fucking afterthought by the NBA for 20 fucking years until we got lucky. And we just got lucky because Brunson wanted to come here, and nobody knew how good this Brunson was going to be. We just got fucking super lucky. So I don't want to hear that bullshit the NBA's rigged for the Knicks. No.
Same. Eddie, you speaking facts right there, because the New York Knicks for the past 24 years, we have been before the past 3 years, I would say 20 years before Tom Thibodeau and Jalen Brunson, we were the laughing stock of the NBA. We embarrassed the NBA so much. The NBA in the mid-2000s, they had to come in and bring Donnie Walsh, who looked like a shriveled walnut, a shriveled raisin. He was on a wheelchair, and we had to bring Donnie Walsh to fix this organization because we were an embarrassment to the league. It was embarrassing to be a Knicks fan. And now all of a sudden people are saying that the league is rigging things in our favor. No, we finally have a front office that is doing things the right way. They're not doing the easy patch and repair, go out there, sign a free agent, and hopefully it works out. No, this is an organic rebuild. They broke everything down and built it from the ground up. We had to go through David Fizdale. We had to go through Jeff Hornacek. We had to go to Derek Fisher in order to get to where we're at right now with Tom Thibodeau, Jalen Brunson, and the squad that we have. We have a team, and I keep on saying it. This team, the grit, the grind, the hustle, this is the pure embodiment of what it is to be a New Yorker from the 5 boroughs. If you live in New York City and you got to take a fucking train 45 minutes to work and have to deal with so many people on the train, this team embodies your frustration. This team embodies your hustle. This team embodies your grind. Point blank, period. I don't want to hear no more about how the league is making it favoritism for the Knicks. The league is just to want the Knicks. No, for years it's been clicks, Knicks for clicks. It's been let's trash on the Knicks for 30 minutes so we can have good ratings on ESPN. Let's trash on the Knicks for FS1 so we can have good views on YouTube. That's what it has been for years. But now we're here, and those same people that trashed us are the same people not giving us respect. I don't understand it. And again, I'm going to just piggyback off of Josh Hart. Fuck you, Reggie Miller.
We'll definitely bring up the Reggie stuff too. But, I mean, it was ridiculous, guys. You know, the fact that the man can literally sit there and cry the way he did and then want to make it about big and small markets. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, how could, like, the fact that he was, I don't know, the fact that he even had the balls to say it. You know what I mean? Like, that is like, you just took your ball and ran home. I'm going home. I'm done. This is horrible. I don't care. I want to see some more crying from his little bitch ass after tonight's game. Okay. Because I'm sorry, buddy. That was the worst. What did it end up being? Heck, 78? Is what he submitted for the
78.
78. Like, that is just straight bullcrap. The guy's a clown. There's no reason to even pay attention to it. I don't even want to spend more time on him. I love how you ended it and you said, Josh Hart, can we please talk about the man? Because, guys, we've said it time and time again. Where would we be without Josh, the glue guy Hart?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Eddie. You can lead the convo for that one.
In regards to Josh Hart, you can make a case right now that he's more important to the Knicks than OG Anunoby. And before, you know, when we first got OG, I said OG's a much bigger impact than Josh Hart. But as these playoffs keep going on and on, you can make a case that other than Brunson, Josh Hart is the most important player to this Knicks team. And you're seeing it not just in what comes up in the box score. You're seeing it with the things that don't come up in the box score. The hustle plays, the tipped rebounds, the tipped offensive rebounds, the grit and the grind and the absolute determination to go 94 fucking feet from one end of the court to the other and either score that basket or get to the foul line. That's the difference. That's the difference in, you know, Josh Hart and most every other NBA player. He is all New York. He's grit. He's grind. He's hustle. He embodies what everybody went through growing up, whether it was in Queens, Brooklyn, wherever you grew up from, if you grew up in the city and you had to grind for something, you had to work for something in your life, you could relate because Josh Hart is that fucking guy that can do that and does it. And he's the fucking real deal, man. He's the real fucking deal.
I'm not sure if you guys saw the tweet that Fred Katz put out, but you guys remember that stretch? Like, I want to say March into April that Josh Hart couldn't find the 3-point basket. He was 0 for like 30 something. Apparently Josh Hart was dealing with a wrist injury or something like that. This is no lie. This literally sounds like from the movie Rookie of the Year. You guys remember that movie Rookie of the Year? Literally right before the 76ers series, apparently Josh Hart was having a shoot around and apparently he heard something pop in his wrist. Huh?
No, I was saying CPR.
Okay.
Of Josh, but
this is what Fred Katz said. Josh Hart, when he took the half court at the end of the second quarter, he felt his wrist click almost back into place. He said that he went up to Jalen Brunson at halftime and told him, I can shoot threes now. And that's when he went off against the 76ers. Josh Hart, again, this is basically the plot from the movie Rookie of the Year, one of my favorite baseball movies of all time. So if this is true, I love Josh Hart even more. And this narrative about Reggie Miller, shout out to oh my God, I'm blanking right now. But this narrative when it comes to Reggie Miller owning the New York Knicks, we got to put this shit to bed. Shout out to Evan Roberts from WFAN. You guys had Evan on your Met show a couple of weeks ago, Eddie. But Evan Roberts said it yesterday. Do you guys know Reggie Miller's record against the New York Knicks in the postseason? Eddie, do you know it?
I think it's a losing record.
Celso, do you know Reggie Miller's playoff record against the Knicks off the top of your head? Reggie Miller is 18-17 against the New York Knicks in the postseason. 1 game over 500. Can we stop this nonsense that he owns us? He is not the fucking boogeyman. He doesn't own the New York Knicks. The reason why he is the villain is because he had that one little moment with Spike Lee, and that was it. Reggie Miller, I get it. Views, I get it. You're trying to have a nice career.
But I'm in my 40s. He did have his moments when I was growing up. Reggie, you knew he was going to hit that 3. He was going to look you in the face, even in season, not just playoffs. Reggie was that consistent pain in the ass. He was that.
If his record was 29-5 against us, cool. He's 18-17. We eliminated him from the postseason just as many times he eliminated our team from the postseason. So you could kick rocks with that bullshit narrative about him being a boogeyman. If anything, he was out there looking like Slender Man on the TNT broadcast. Fuck that.
Well, I mean, look, I'll give Reggie Miller his due respect. That was one of the most clutch players I ever watched in my life. Other than Jordan in the 90s, if you had a last person to take the shot, I would want it to go to the Reggie Miller. That's how good that guy was in the late 90s and early 2000s. So, I respect his game because I watched him go off so many times in the Garden. And it wasn't just that game 1 in 95. In game, I don't know, was it 94? We were up by 20, and he put them back in the lead. And we had to take them to 7 in 94. So Reggie Miller had a lot of good moments in the Garden, but I mean, to say he's like a boogeyman or anything like that, come on.
Shout out, Bodega. I'm going to highlight some more people in the chat. We got over 308 people rocking with us right now. We're sitting at 100 people on YouTube. If you guys can, we're at 40 likes. Smack the like button and keep on tapping the reaction. This help gets the live out to a bunch of people. You guys helping us. It's tremendously. Shout out to my guy Sunil who's in the building. Austin Cruz says, shout out to Evan Roberts for pointing that out. Reggie Miller fact. He is a Nets fan who hates the Knicks too. And that's the thing too. It's not like Evan Roberts is a diehard Knicks fan. No, he's a diehard Net fan who grew up hating the New York Knicks, right? So for him to come on the air yesterday and say that about Reggie Miller, I take my hat off to Evan Roberts. Shout out to Evan Roberts. Always a good guy when it comes to covering sports. Our guy Rock Hot Take says Reggie Miller reminds me of Megamind. Those kids would know. So Neil says, Hector, we need Jay Boogie to drop a FU Reggie Miller anthem. Now we're gonna get into that. Again, shout out to everybody who's in the building. We appreciate you guys. Before we could real quick, go ahead, Sos.
I just want to give an update. So far, we had 9 people enter this morning from this show so far into the giveaway. Guys, can we get 10 more people? 10 more people that want to do the giveaway. If we get 10 more people during this show, heck, we'll add another Morning Brew Sports hoodie. I'm going to take this phone call. Be right back. But
we get another 10 more people entered into the giveaway. We get a Morning Brew, an extra Morning Brew sweater, and we're gonna throw in a Bacher t-shirt, a Bacher back page t-shirt to the giveaway as well. So if you guys want to enter into this content, get yourself a Jalen Brunson signed autograph basketball, get yourself some Knicks Morning Brew merch, and get yourself some t-shirts from the Bacher back page. Please, we just need 10 more people.
And it helps us in a big way.
And it helps us in a big way. Shout out to my guy Kev, co-host of Nick Ish. Kev was out with us for our last watch party. And this is the thing, my guy Kev, he lives in Yonkers. It could have been easy for Kev just to go find the spot in Yonkers. He took the time to drive 20 minutes to come to the watch party. It was a great time. Kev, appreciate you, brother, 100%. Thank you so much. But with the OG Anunoby news, how many games do you think we can play without OG Anunoby?
I think he's out for the series.
You think he's out for the series?
Yeah, I mean, Hector, you're a baseball guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, you watch these hamstrings; they could linger for 3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, if it's a grade 1, I know it's day to day, but they're funny because if you could be feeling like you're okay, and then you go back in and you re-injure it, then you're done. He's going to be out for the season. So I would think. The betting man in me would say that OG's out for the rest of the series. I think that goes without saying.
Now, as a Knicks fan or just somebody who watches the Knicks, even if OG Anunoby is out for the rest of this series, I still have confidence that the Knicks, we could put the Pacers to bed with the squad that we have right now with no OG Anunoby. So I'm okay with it. Won't be a sweep, right? I still Knicks in 6, right? I don't think it will be a sweep. I agree with you on that. But I can see the Knicks like you. This is kind of like a blessing in disguise. Sit OG Anunoby, let him rest up so he's ready for that next matchup in the next round, whether that be the Boston Celtics or whether that be the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hopefully, he'll be ready to go and going into the next round. What I don't want is for him to rush back, right? And he plays for the next couple of games, and he makes that injury worse, and he has to sit the first 2 games against Boston. That's what I don't want to happen. That's the scenario I do not want to happen.
You're robbing Peter to pay Paul at this point. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand that these hamstrings are just funny injuries. They're very, iffy. You don't know when you're good. You could be feeling good one day, ready to go, and then you still know it's not healed. You go back on that court and you re-injure it, then you're talking about being out for the whole season. So that's my worry with him. Again, you just have to – the Knicks now have to take the stance in like, okay, they got 2 games against the Pacers. Try to get one of the next 2, whatever that is. And then you try to get one of those last 2 games. And that's the way you look at it. Sorry, one out of those last 3, and you finish them off.
And then we got the one thing we didn't want to see. We got the Alex Burks sighting. Alex Burks was out there for how many seconds? Like 40, how many seconds was he out there? 45 seconds. And in the 45 seconds he was out there, what is wrong with Alex Burks? What did he thought he was Carmelo Anthony or Michael Jordan dribbling through the legs, dribble, and he throws up the worst 3-point shot that I've ever seen. Alex Burks, what the hell are you doing out there? If I'm Tom Thibodeau, I'm not even joking, Eddie. If I'm Tom Thibodeau, I'm not letting Alex Burks see the floor no more for this postseason. You lost your opportunity to be on the floor, and I know you was calling for Alex Burks to be out there.
What choice do you have, Heck?
I was about to say, not because you want to see him, you think he's what choice do you have at this moment? And I think what we truly need is we're going to need Deuce McBride to show up. Right. In the first 2 games against the 76ers, when Jalen Brunson was struggling, one of the reasons we won those 2 games against Philly was because Miles McBride, Deuce McBride, had a phenomenal game coming off of the bench, both games. And we need Deuce McBride to get back to that player in those first 2 games against Philly. The key issue that we have with the Knicks, when Jalen Brunson is not on the court, we are the worst team in the league when it comes to offensive rating. Like our plus minus is horrible without Jalen Brunson on the court. And the minutes, the non-Jalen Brunson minutes, that's what's going to hurt us, especially without OG Anunoby in this next game. We were able to stay in the game The last game against the Pacers, because OG Anunoby was going off. Let's not forget that.
Yes.
The reason we was able to stay in the game with Jalen Brunson in the locker room was because OG Anunoby was going off. I don't want Knicks fans not to remember that. OG Anunoby had a career-high playoff performance in the last game, 28 points. The only reason we were still in that game was because of OG.
I'll just say this about McBride, and I think I'll even mention it. TJ McConnell absolutely owns Deuce McBride. He owns him.
Yeah.
Right? He's locking Deuce up. Deuce has got to find a solution. Deuce is definitely more athletic than TJ McConnell. But TJ McConnell, that dude has he's got heart and he's got balls. That fucking guy.
He got heart.
He really does. He plays hard, that guy. No, I'm not saying pause, but he does. He really does. He's a problem. But he's a guy I wish that was on this Knicks team. I love the way he plays, to be honest. I love
he's a player that you hate watching him go up against your team. But if he was on your team, that's a guy you would love to have on your team as a teammate. That's a player right there that you would love to have.
He can't shoot a three. Heck, if you look at his shot chart, and I always point this out, every one of his shots are inside the paint. I think he took 1-3 the other day. He was little. I think he was 500 the other day. But when he gets in that paint, somebody's got to body him. He cannot get those 7-foot shots he's getting off over and over and over. You gotta put somebody bigger than Deuce on him, because he is just getting to that paint and he's scoring at will with that little step back jumper that he takes 7 feet away from the basket. It's right above the restriction zone. He takes the same shot every time. So if I'm preparing for TJ McConnell, I'm preparing to switch off Deuce and put a bigger guy onto it. I'm not letting that fucking guy beat us every time. I'm not.
No, listen, I'm right there with you. In game one, we saw he went off for 20 points in game one. Game two, he had a phenomenal game coming off of the bench.
Yeah, he had like 10, 11 assists.
Yeah, with Tyrese Halliburton going off as well, right? That's the one thing. And it's the thing with Indiana. I get it. No OG Anunoby, no Mitchell Robinson. I get the concerns. But Eddie, we were able to score 130 points against the Pacers. That's not our brand of basketball.
No.
Even with us playing their brand of basketball, we've been able to stay right with them. Has there been some calls that have been somewhat questionable? Yeah, but it's the playoffs. It happens to everybody. There's calls that go up against the Knicks that are questionable, right? But you don't hear Tom Thibodeau at the end of the game crying and complaining about it. Even when we lost those games against Philadelphia, he wasn't crying and complaining about the total officiating. He was just complaining about Jalen Brunson not getting the foul calls. He wasn't pointing to specific plays saying, you should have reversed that one or you should have reversed that one. No, he was just complaining about the foul calls. There's a difference between the Rick Carlisle complaining, calling out the league, saying that they're trying to make sure small market teams don't make it far. If that's the case, if the thing was the NBA wanted to shit on small market teams, why is Minnesota killing it right now? Why is OKC killing it right now? Why did the Denver Nuggets win a championship last year? If the narrative was the NBA doesn't want us to support small market teams, why is Minnesota and OKC undefeated in the postseason so far? Why is that?
It's all bullshit. First off, you want to take a look at the new CBA. It's designed for small market teams. So anybody that says it, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. Read the CBA. Go look into how it basically prevents super teams from being there for more than 2 or 3 years, because you get screwed. You start losing draft picks. You start getting fined like insane amounts of money. So if you're saying that, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Seriously.
Because the new CBA is designed for teams like OKC. It's designed for teams with smaller markets like the Orlando Magic. It's designed for them. So it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not even buying into that. But what I will say is the most impressive part of the Knicks to me is the fourth quarter basketball. They play game in and game out.
Yes.
They are the best fourth quarter team in this playoffs by a mile. And each game, as long as you keep it close going into that fourth quarter, the Knicks have a shot every single game to win. As long as you're within 5 to 10 points going into that fourth quarter. We are such a good fourth quarter team. It's amazing. And that's the difference between the 76ers and Indiana. The 76ers actually showed up in those fourth quarters. The Indiana Pacers, through the first 2 games, they've gone MIA in those fourth quarters. Even though they shot good the last game, I think it was 50-something%. But the game before that, they did not show up. So just saying, that's the difference between the Knicks and Indiana so far. We have been a fourth quarter team throughout the whole playoffs.
I just want to let everybody know, last time I told you guys where we were at with the reaction counter, we were at 3,700 reactions. Right now, you guys have been killing it. We are over 16,600 reactions on this live video alone. If you guys can keep on smacking that reaction, let's get to 20K on the reactions and show YouTube they can't try to hide us Knick content creators in the algorithm no more, because Knick fans, we truly show up. Shout out to my guy, the big fella with the $2 super chat. Precious Achiuwa is going to have to step up in a big time. Not only Precious, I think every other player on this team is going to have to step up, but Precious definitely. And when you look at the matchup, Precious Achiuwa, I think Precious Achiuwa, to me personally, maybe Eddie, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I think he's a better defender guarding Pascal Siakam over OG Anunoby. I like seeing his matchup against Pascal. Maybe I'm just looking too much into it. Maybe when he comes in, Pascal's a little bit tired and he has more energy. But I like what I've seen when those little minutes Precious is out there guarding Pascal Siakam. What's your thoughts on that?
I noticed more Josh Hart stopping Siakam than Precious. Josh Hart was annoying the shit out of him. And I think that's the matchup. I think Josh Hart guards Siakam better than OG does. And that's what I took out of the last game. Yeah, Precious sometimes had him and he caused a problem, but Josh Hart was the guy that was really getting into making Siakam very, very uncomfortable in those shots. So that was my take out of that, was Josh Hart's a better matchup than OG for Siakam. And so far, Siakam through these first 2 games, I'm not overly impressed. I'm not overly impressed with any of these guys, other than TJ McConnell. I really haven't been impressed with anybody on the Pacers. You could say, Halliburton, but I could take or leave Halliburton. I don't think he's some superstar. I think Wally was right about him.
My guy John Petit in the chat says, again, I agree with Eddie. What is going on today? Absolutely. No, this is a good thing when all of us Knick fans are agreeing with each other. But you brought up the fourth quarter, and let's touch on the fourth quarter real quick. For everybody out there that criticized Jalen Brunson, and we're going to do the open panel. I'm going to drop the link in about like 10, 15 minutes for the open panel, and we're going to rock out to about 12:30 for the hard stop. But when you look at that fourth quarter and you hear all the criticisms people have about Jalen Brunson, he dribbles the basketball too much. He's not athletic. He's not the best defender. Jalen Brunson, he is the smartest player in the NBA right now. His basketball IQ, there's no one that is matching Jalen Brunson's IQ in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, and then who said it? Somebody said it. The Jalen Brunson is the best closer in New York City since Mariano Rivera. I'm going to say that shit again. Jalen Brunson is the best closer in New York City since the Sandman Mariano Rivera. In the fourth quarter, whether we're down 10 points, whether we're down 5 points, you see Jalen Brunson with the same composure. He doesn't get rattled. The pressure doesn't get too much for him. He learned from that last game, that eliminated game against Miami last year, how to truly close out a fourth quarter. We saw it in the regular season. He gotten better and better as the season has gone on. Playoff, fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson, it's a whole different animal right now.
Shout out to NYC B-Ball with the 99 super chat. Our fourth quarter playmate instill fear in the Pacers. Say it with your chest.
Guys, we have, just so you know, we're up to 12 raffle tickets sold. We're up to 12. We're trying to get that number up to 25. If you guys can, what is it, $20 to get in?
Yeah.
$20 gets you in, gets you a chance at that basketball, JB signed basketball. If you look on eBay or something, those basketballs are going for $300-400. So you guys want to get on that. You guys get in also, get in on those Barker hoodies. I think those are $60-70 right off the rip just to get one of those. So We're up to 12 right now. If we could get that number to 20 to 25, would appreciate that. We ain't making no money off this fucking thing. It's just going to literally go back so we could buy another.
If I keep losing a piece of equipment every time we do a watch party.
Yeah. Listen, guys, and I'm serious. Instead of the super chats, please give you $20 for the raffle ticket. It's much more worth it. The super chats gets you nothing. The raffle tickets put you in the game. You get some skin in the game, and you can fucking win something. So please buy it. Get a couple raffle tickets, man. Please.
Yeah, appreciate that PSA, Eddie. Go ahead, Celso.
I wanted to bring up a couple more people in the chat because I like this one right here from John, guys. I thought we could talk about it. Guys, do you agree with me? No matter what happens from here on in, Knicks had a successful season battling all injuries and adversities. I mean, I feel like that one's an easy one to talk about, right? But I think everybody has a different take on it, right? Eddie, I know we've had this conversation when you and I are stuck in the 3 o'clock in the morning until you start work. And it's like, yes, it's a successful season. Regardless, it's successful, but we have a bar, right? Some people had that bar being get past the first round. A lot of people had that bar get past the second round. Then you've got those that are standing firm that are like, I'm counting, it's not successful if we're not in the ECF. So now that we are where we are now, we're game 3 into the playoffs. Where are you right now, this moment? Let's say today was elimination. We were gone. How are you feeling on the season overall? Are you complaining about it?
I'd be pissed off. If we got knocked out by the Pacers, I'd be very upset.
Same.
And I'll tell you why. Because you got to go. Look. Every season is different. Nothing is guaranteed from one year to the next, right? So this is one of the reasons why deep down, if you really, put a gun to my head and you ask me, Eddie, can this team win a championship? My answer would be no. Okay. And it hurts me because if any year there was any year that the New York Knicks could win a championship, it would have been this year. If we had Randall, we had Mitch, and we had Bogey, this team, in my opinion, could go up against anybody, including Minnesota, who I believe is the best team in this playoffs. I don't, but everybody says Boston, they're the favorites. In my opinion, it's Minnesota. They're the deepest team.
Hold on, Eddie, is Minnesota a small market?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure I keep taking tabs for Carlisle. Okay.
Minnesota has the best bench. The Minnesota, to me, is the best team. But with that said, you got to do what you got to do. This is where we're at, and this is what we'll compete with. It just bothers me, though, because nothing is guaranteed from one year to the next. You don't know if Brunson can be back next year. Anything could happen.
Real quick, and I'm going to throw it to you, Heck, because, Eddie, I want to touch on that. First, CT Pittman, I effing love you. CT Pittman on his own right now just went and bought 5 entries into the giveaway, and he let me know he is coming out to the watch party tonight.
Let's go.
Listen, North Carolina and South Carolina, like, you guys saw the tweet yesterday, Heck, and Heck was like, you really stressing, aren't you? Hector was literally calling me and giving me like, it's going to be all right. Things will be working. It's going to work out fine, bro. People will respond. I put the tweet out that I was nervous about it. This is the first one by myself, without Phil, without Hector, without you guys, and I'm like, oh, shit. But the amount of people that are reposting and reshining, like North Carolina, South Carolina, are really showing up tonight. CT, thank you. But I wanted to say, Eddie, back to the question at hand, I also think you have to look at it differently because of where we are right now, with it being the Pacers. Now, if you're looking at the season, it's like you would feel a little bit of a failure if you lost because it is the Pacers. Yes. So, yes, I think it changed now. If you would have asked me before, right, I've talked about it, get me to the playoffs. I'm happy we get to the playoffs. You gave me 50 wins. It's a successful season. But now you've got the caveat if you lose to the Pacers, all of a sudden you start to lose those happy feelings that we've had all season because we should smack them. Go ahead, Heck.
No, I was just going to say real quick, just for the community, just so everybody know, I told you last time when Celso was off screen, we were able to get up to 16,660 reactions on this video. I'm refreshing right now YouTube analytics to see where we are at right now because I still see people spamming it. As of right now, we are close to 20,000 reactions on this video. If you guys can, with just 100 more reactions away from 20,000, keep on spamming that. And I just want to go over something. I brought it up last time on the show. Let's do this collectively. All right, Indiana, top tourist attractions in the state of Indiana. You got the Children's Museum, which is really nice. You got the Indianapolis Zoo. You got Holiday World and Splash and Safari. You got Newfields. It's just fucking Christmas lights. You got the Indiana Dunes at National Park. That literally looks like the back end of Coney Island, like the piss pit in Coney Island. Fort Wayne's Children's Zoo. You got the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. That's probably cool. Lucas Oil Stadium. Just so everybody know, Indiana is a state in the Midwest region in the United States. It borders Lake Michigan to the northwest. Just so everybody know, I just wanted to put a PSA right there because there's not a lot of people that go on vacation in Indiana. I just wanted to be salty real quick. So you muted.
I'm sorry, bro. It's just I would die every time you did that when we were against Cleveland last year, and the fact that you were able to find another one that you're like, holy shit, they ain't shit to do in Indiana.
They ain't nothing to do in Indiana.
Shout out to our boy Rock. Rock just went ahead and got himself some more entries into the giveaway. Appreciate you, Rock. And Rock, like I said this morning, I noticed that you were short 2 entries for the watch party the other night. So because of my mistake, I doubled up your entries into tonight's. Thank you so much for the support, Rock.
Appreciate you, Rock. Just so everybody know, we had one watch party on Wednesday in New York City, and we're having a second watch party tonight in the Carolinas. It's going to be good. If you're a Knicks fan in the Carolinas, please pull up. Please pull up. We got a Jalen Brunson signed basketball. We're raffling it off. We're raffling it off Morning Brew merch. We're raffling it off Bakker's Backpage merch as well. So show up, buy yourself entries. I want to shout out
I'm giving away my autographed T-shirt. You guys can put it on eBay. It'll probably be worth about $5,000 easy. My autographed T-shirt. So.
I don't think that, Eddie. You know, whatever.
Listen, I want to see how many people. If you want the Eddie signed T-shirt, when you buy your raffle ticket, I want you to put in there. It's full of whites.
It'll be a white T-shirt. It'll be a white T-shirt, and it'll be 4.
This is when you mute Eddie. This is when you mute Eddie, because if you don't, you lose all sponsorship. Shout out to my guy, my brother, Mr. Worldwide. Mayberry is in the building. Salute to my guy, L. From For the Love of the Game. Folks, if you guys can, make sure you guys go and support them over there For the Love of the Game. If it wasn't for L and Hartwell, I would have never had this platform to talk Knicks, and a lot of you people would have never met me. So I just want to shout out my brothers real quick before we continue. Salute, 3 capital S's.
I see we got yo, what up, Dish Dash? He said, I'm pulling up tonight. Let's go. Hey, Dish, I don't know what your drink choice is, but listen, I worked it out. All right, we got $5.
Dish, you got to get in the raffle. Get in the raffle. If you want a chance to
put money on the liquor, all right, we got $5 back in cold.
Can I get in on the raffle? No, right?
No, we're not allowed. We're not allowed to get in the raffle.
Bullshit. I'm out by 5 tickets right now. I want to get that.
We're not allowed to enter the raffle. All right, Eddie.
Can't we rig it some way?
No, we can't rig it. These duck races aren't rigged.
Actually, hold on real quick. Because heck, you think you're slick. You didn't give us your take on how you feel about the success of the season because we got excited about talking shit about Indiana. So I'm coming back to you on that. But I want to shout out our boys over at the Nick of Time show. What up, fam? Jay Ellis and everybody. Yo, Jay, I want to say that clip yesterday that y'all put out from the post game where Lee was talking about that Reggie Miller and John Hart moment. Yo, you were all of us, bro. Like, I agree with you, bro. That was one of those moments in fandom, especially for us older dudes, that you added this one on there. For the young guys, this is going to be up there, okay? The same way I get excited about number 3 as a kid with John Starks, we have a whole generation, Heck and Eddie, that are falling in love with a new number 3, bro. Okay? The fact that Phil's kids are asking for a number 3 jersey. Like, I know for a fact my brother and I can walk down the street now with a John Starks jersey while my nephews are rocking a Josh Hart. Get the hell out of here. Guys, I love you guys over at KOT. Just want to say that clip was fantastic. Yo, we got mad people checking in backstage.
Oh, yeah.
You guys. $5 super chat. I wanted any sign.
Get the super chats. We don't want super chats. Buy the raffles.
Buy the raffles, people.
Like, give them a refund.
Eddie, you better sign a damn white tee, bro. The new addition to the gift. I'm announcing it on Twitter right now. Go ahead.
Please don't do that. We're not sending any fucking Eddie t-shirts, okay?
A white t-shirt for the whites.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt design for Eddie after today's episode. How about that? Again, shout out to the chat. Again, WorldWideL, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. But like Eddie said, if you guys can buy the raffle tickets into the entry, you can go to buymeacoffee.com, buy yourself a $20 raffle. We got people backstage. We got Rock. We got Sunil. We got Bobby. We're going to bring you guys up as you enter the queue underneath us. Rock, let me get a thumbs up. And this is my favorite part of the show, when Rock explains his background. We need, like, you know, like when the president used to have like a fireside chat. We need to have music so Rock can like explain his background every time.
I'm gonna make it happen,
up.
but we got to make it like a presidential entrance, right?
Exactly. So shout out to my guy Rock. We're gonna bring him up. Rock, what it do? Salute. Pain heals, chicks dig scars, glories last forever. Shane Falco from one of the greatest football movies of all time, The Replacements. Rock, what it do?
What is up, my guys? How we doing? Always good to talk to you guys. Listen, I just got to say one quick thing before I get into anything. We need the chat to put up a 4 for these. Well, there's 3 of them today, but there's 4 horsemen here. The Morning Brew crew. These guys have created one of the best platforms on YouTube. They work their butt off to host events, to sacrifice a lot of what they're doing to do things like this. You know, buy them a coffee, hit a like, do a subscribe, drop a 4 in the chat for these guys. A Morning Brew crew. If you can't show up to the events, you could show your support in a million other ways. And I wish I was there, and I got to do better to be there. And Hector, love you, man. You always keep it real, always do a great take. Phil is a basketball savant, full of worldly information, not just basketball. Jigga with the positivity. You keep us going every day. And Eddie, you always help us stay level with the analysis and, you know, everything that you bring to the table. And I met Eddie on Twitter, and I followed Eddie to this platform. So for anyone listening, this is the way to get on and to talk to these guys. And, you know, look, the Knicks Orange and Blue Brotherhood is a real thing, man. So shout out to you guys. And I just want to encourage everyone and applaud you guys for everything that you guys do.
Man, Rock, thank you so much, bro. We appreciate that, bro. You know, we appreciate you jumping up at the panel all the time. And now that we've got all the flowers out of the way, and, you know, we're all blushing a little bit, the chat is like, Rock, explain your background like you're the president of the United States, bro. Give it to us.
My favorite thing about what Rock said, it was like, this is the way. Exactly. This is the way. Go ahead, Rock.
I was going crazy with this is the way at the watch party on the chat, man. But listen, for those that don't know what this quote means, pain heals, chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever. It ties into everything that was discussed by our exclusive panel here this morning. It's from a movie called The Replacements in 2000, starring Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman. And it's about a team of nobodies and guys that didn't want to play, that no one thought they belonged. And guess what? They ended up winning, right? So pain heals. Listen, we're going through pain. Chicks dig scars. And guess who the chicks are? It's all of us. We are the chicks as Knicks fans. Right? And glory lasts forever. And that is our team. What we've witnessed together as a fan base this year is a success, right? Championships be damned, as CP the franchise would say, right? We have established something here, and the best is yet to come. So that's the purpose of the background. And you know, look, I was going to go with another background, but I was going to go with, for the baseball theme, just thinking about hamstrings and baseball, the Derek Jeter dash into the stands and coming up with the bloody face. I was going to go with that one, but then I just thought this one would probably be a little bit better, but we'll save that for another day. But look, you know, about the game and about the basketball, what I expect, I got some key facts. Look, the Knicks, after 78 calls that, you know, Carlisle put in and the team put in, the Knicks have to play through the whistle tonight, right? They have to continue and take care of the basketball. Attack the paint, keep running, try to get easy baskets. Points are going to be very hard to come by, although we're scoring 130 points last game. I don't know if that's sustainable without OG, right? I think we can't give away points, which means we have to continue to hit our free throws. We hit a lot of free throws last game that kept us in the game. And obviously, the biggest X factor is going to be Miles McBride. I think he has to show up. I think he has to break through. I'm hoping he's watching film. And Precious, one thing I will say with him guarding Siakam versus guarding Josh Hart is that Precious, because of his length, when Siakam gets to the paint and does that little push off to create separation, his length creates a problem as opposed to Josh Hart, where he's just going to make up with grit and grind. So I think those are like going to be some key points here. And look, for anyone that's doubting the Knicks winning tonight, I want you to remember a moment. I'm going to give you a date, March 2nd, 2024. That was the date we played the Cavs on the road. And Jalen Brunson had that knee contusion.
Yes.
Right?
That was scary.
That was scary. Remember how we felt?
Yes.
We went back to that moment. That moment prepared us to be so confident today without OG. And also that moment, let's not forget what happened in that game. That game was when Deuce McBride arrived. That's when we didn't even have OG that game. Right? And look, I know we had Bojan, but look, we won that game handily. Right, without Jalen Brunson and without OG, right? So I want Knicks Nation to remember that March 3rd game, because look, we get this game, and look, I think this is the game that we lose, honestly, because look, historically, Eddie, you said earlier, the refs, look, we know what's going to happen, right? But if we use the momentum from March 2nd, 2024, and we use that as motivation to win this game, and Precious steps up, and you might even see Jericho Sims, right? He may surprise you too, because we don't have a backup 5, right? But if we somehow get this game and we take care of business in game 4, bring this back to the Garden, I said it in the chat, between games 5 and 6 is about a 3-day rest, right? I do not want to rush OG back. I think it's going to be a huge mistake, especially if we want to go play the Celtics and, be at some level of health with a 7-8 man rotation. But I think we could take this game. We just got to have some momentum here, and I think we'll be all right.
Love that take.
So, Rock, couple of things, bro. First, fire-ass take as usual. Fire background. Instantly, I was like, yo, who on this team, if someone parked in Jalen Brunson's spot, is going to shoot that dude and move his car? And I was like, oh, shit, it would be Josh Hart, isn't it? He'd be the one saying they get the whole spot to flip that car over. So I might go watch the replacements. Thanks for that, Rock. But what I want to talk about, too, Rock, is the fact that we've seen life without OG. We've seen that we can win without OG. Yes, is our record crazy when OG's in the game? Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I want our chat, because our chat knows we still love to talk ball at the end of the day. There's nobody that's going to sit here and not act like it doesn't make the game a little harder. Is it going to be a little different look than what we've seen, obviously, without him there? Yes. Is it going to be a little bit more of a challenge for our guys to step up? Because let's be real, OG is around where you need him. He's in the spots that need to be taken care of. He shows up where he needs to. He draws that attention when he shows up over there in the corner, right? So there is going to be a lot of change that we're going to have to see. But last night, Rock, remember when we were listening to the Knicks Nightcap, Bully pulled out the numbers on some of the rotations that we were running when OG was out. And there was that one lineup he put that squad together, Jalen Brunson, what was it? Jalen, Deuce, Dante,
Precious and Hart, I think.
Right? I think that's what it was. Yeah. And it was like combined in the games that they had that lineup together, they averaged 142 points. There was only 4 or 5 games that we saw that time together, but that's a solid amount to see that starting group together, 140 points, shows we can survive without OG. So yeah, does it make a little bit more of a challenge? But let's be real, guys. How excited are we as a fan base when we walk away with this win knowing that Carlisle's crying again? That motivates not just our players, all that whining and bullshit and media shit. That motivates Jalen Brunson, but it motivates this fan base, I think, just as much.
Let's get the win first before we start saying it's a guarantee. Let's get the win.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. No, and look, Jigga, it's a fair point. And look, I keep it even more simple. Deuce has not really been great the last few games. He's due for one. But on the flip side of it, Dante, he may be due for look, realistically, the Knicks are due for a clunker, right? At some point, right? Maybe it's not tonight, but I think you'll be surprised. Just history has always taught us that when a team is down, that's usually when they step up the most, right?
Exactly.
Shame on anybody in Knicks fandom or anybody in the NBA that doubts this team after what you've seen. Look, Jalen Brunson is questionable, guys. There's a possibility he may not go. They're not reporting on the severity of a swelling in his foot. They're not telling us the level of grade sprain that OG has, right? So these are all concerns because Eddie, I think you pointed it out, and Hector, I know you guys cover baseball, so those things, it could be 1 week, it could be 2 months.
Yeah.
Look,
and we was trying. We was trying to have on the show somebody who works.
He might be on Monday.
He might be on Monday. Dr. Jesse Morris. He's come on to our Yankee show to help us talk about Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, those type of injuries. He's worked for MLB teams, NBA, NFL teams. Yeah. So if there's anybody that knows firsthand experience when it comes to how the medical side is handled, Dr. Jesse Moore is a perfect person to ask that question. Because one thing he brought up to me that I didn't understand is, as a fan from the outside, we got to understand. Rock just brought up they're not letting us know the severity of the of OG's injury or the severity of Jalen Brunson's injury. With us as a fan base, we have to understand they don't have to tell us shit. They don't have to tell us anything. When they whatever they do tell us, it's just a courtesy to the fan base. At the end of the day, they don't have to let us know anything. And that's the one thing that Dr. Jesse Morris was telling me as a physician who worked for different professional teams, whether it's the NBA, NFL, NHL, or the NFL. He says they don't have to tell us anything. It's all a courtesy to the fan base whenever they put stuff out. And also, you got to understand, every series, Philadelphia, even this series in Indiana, the day of, how many times did we hear reports from the other team? Oh, so-and-so may not be playing in this game. Oh, so-and-so is questionable. The 76ers, they did that with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid like 2 or 3 times.
Back.
Game 1, exactly. Game 1 against the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton was questionable to play. So that's why they do it. So your team is not coming up with their game plan or your
The only thing questionable about Indiana is those outfits they wear. I'm telling you. All right. Look, I know there's a lot of other callers. Listen, guys, remember, pain heals, chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever.
Rock,
this is the
my
way.
Guy. This is the way. Salute
Appreciate
to my guy,
you,
Rock.
I love Eddie fade out, right?
I just want to say something because he said something about their uniforms. Yo, when we was watching them the last game 2, I'm at the watch party. I'm looking at them. I'm like, wow, why does it look like the Savannah Bananas are playing basketball on the court right now?
No,
hold on, real quick. Hold on, guys.
We was talking about their outfits.
We got a Pacer fan in there. Sorry, Knicks fans, y'all played well. This is going 7. The gas tank will be empty. Hey, first of all, I love the fact that we got a Pacer fan in here.
Yeah,
welcome
thank
to
you.
the chat, my guy. Listen. We are ready for the battle, bro. You know, you're welcome to hang out with here. We got a whole series to hang out, my guy.
I'm gonna put the link to the open panel. We have an open panel where we allow anybody to come up. If you're a Pacer fan and you want to come up to talk,
this isn't
you don't even have to be a Pacer fan.
Yeah, this is
like great conversation. Yeah, we like having conversations with everybody. Well, even if you're not a Pacer fan, if you're an NBA fan, if you want to talk basketball, S-Way, I don't want to butcher your name in the chat. But come up to the open panel. This is all a friendly conversation. This is not we're not going to come up here and disrespect anything like that.
Heck, I always love when we've had those random times that someone like this shows up because I love to see what people outside of our fandom, how they're viewing things. How are they seeing it, right? Because they're getting a lot of stuff from media too. But either way, appreciate you in there. Even if we don't like your team. Right. How you doing? Ness is in the chat.
My guy Ness, what it do? Ness, salute to the fly guy in the building.
Ready for some Bobby?
Bobby.
How you doing, guys?
I need a smile on my face. Bobby.
The Rock is cooking.
That's right, Bobby. Let him know.
Bobby!
I like The Rock. Hey, Eddie, I thought your shirt only cost 5 cents, not $5,000.
It's up to 5,000 already, Bobby.
No,
possibly going to 10. Possibly going up to 10,000.
5 to 10 cents. That's
Bobby, you got to get your raffle ticket. Come on.
No, 5 to 10 cents for you.
You got to buy that raffle ticket, please.
Bobby, I love you, Bobby. Bobby, go ahead.
You have to get off. Yep. So the Knicks, I think they might lose tonight, but they're going to take one in Indiana and win it at home. That's all we have to say. They're going to win in 5. Count it. 5.
5.
Nick's been 5. He's been saying it.
Because I said they beat the Sixers, smelly Sixers in 6, right? So Knicks in 6, right? So, hey, Jigga, you have to see Jake's show this morning. It was crazy. I'm a cartoon character now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Bobby, you famous.
Go see that, Ben.
You famous, Bobby.
Alan, he gets thrown to stupid town all the time. He's a cartoon character, and I'm a cartoon character, and I shoot him in the nutsack. So
that's what I'm talking about. Bobby, tonight, Who are you shooting in the nutsack from the Pacers tonight? Who is getting
Oh,
shot?
I can't stand Turner guy. I can't stand him. I
Copy.
think
That's the key for Bobby.
they got butt ugly uniforms, don't they? Eddie, I still like you. Eddie, you're awesome.
I appreciate
Bobby.
that, Bobby. I like you too, Bobby.
Bobby,
we love
but
you
I
too.
just don't think your shirts are not $5,000.
You definitely are, Bobby.
Bobby,
No.
you always bring
Good
such a
talk.
light to our panel, bro. Thank you for
We
always.
love you,
I love
Bobby.
you guys.
Talk to
I
you
love
later
you
tonight,
guys.
Love you
Bobby.
too, Bobby.
That's
my
what
guy.
I'm telling
As
you.
Bobby,
if
as
you,
Bobby
if
Lightning.
you don't smile when Bobby jumps on our panel to talk his shit and do a little smelly pacer action and drop a Knicks in 5, something's wrong with you. Something is wrong with you because that is yes, Frankie. Tell
Yes,
us.
Bobby Midnight.
Bobby
Drove
Midnight.
the Bobby Midnights in the
Bow,
chat. Shout out to my guy
Bobby.
Frankie V. Grace says bow bow Bobby. Shout out to Bobby. Another 5-star call from my guy Bobby. We got Sunil. We got Chris N from Yankees Pod backstage. Let's bring it back, guys, to join the conversation. My friend Shanti. Shanti got to come up to the open panel.
We going double up. We going. Oh, hold on a second, Sunil. Douglas J. Nick Sprinkles, Esquire.
Oh,
For
I
those
just
of you that don't know, our morning show, we have a donut that has been named Douglas J. Sprinkles, Esquire. So I guess that's
So
the
now-
remix. Positivity morning. What's up, Sunil?
So at least now they know the face of Douglas J. Esquire, Sprinkles Esquire. They don't have to ask that question anymore.
Yeah, they don't gotta ask it anymore. So now, and then Chris said, we got Chris and my guy from Yankee Pod. Chris, how you feeling this morning, brother?
Chris,
I'm on fire today, boys. I'm on fire. I don't want to take up too much time here. I know Eddie was giving the stats earlier, but you know, for those bitching about the fouls, especially Rick Carlisle, how about don't let Miles Turner shoot step back 3-pointers? How about you play TJ McConnell the last 7 minutes of the game? How about you make your free throws? And how about you have your superstar guy take over a little later in the fourth instead of disappearing? And then maybe the fouls wouldn't matter as much. But if you're not adjusting to the game, there's no reason. I get, his explanation was, well, this is what we did all season. It's the playoffs. You play TJ McConnell the last 7 minutes. I mean, what are we talking about here? So at the end of the day, you can bitch about the fouls all you want, but how about you coach a little bit better? And then maybe the fouls wouldn't matter as much. So that's my point on that one. And we're gonna need McBride tonight, baby. I mean, obviously collective effort, team effort. Precious has got to do a little bit more. I mean, even the starters, right? The starters are gonna have to do a little bit more as well. But I think McBride, he had that 2 to 3 week run where we were kind of like, holy shit, who's this McBride kid? Where he was scoring, 18, 20. That's probably what we're gonna need tonight. And I said it the other day when on Eddie's actually space the other day when he had the halftime space. I still had the faith. It was going to be a team effort. Brunson comes back out in the third, and it's a team effort, right? So it's still a possibility. There's not too many people over there that worry me. They do play good team ball. They play fast pace, but so can we. So at the end of the day, I still got us. I still got us tonight.
Yeah. I just want to point something out to the chat. We are sitting at 22,000 reactions. We're going to go live until about 12:30. So we're going to rock out for the next 8 to 10 minutes, right? So for the next 8 to 10 minutes, just spam the reaction. Let's get up to 30,000 on the reactions to show YouTube they can't hide us, Nick content creators no more.
Yes.
They're trying to switch up the algorithm, but we're here. Spam the reaction. Like I said, we got 8 to 10 minutes left. Let's try to get to 30,000 reactions. I'm going to throw it over to my guy, Douglas J. Nick Sprinkle Esquire. So now, give us your take, brother.
So when is J Boogie coming out with the "Fuck You Reggie Miller" anthem?
It's on work. We're working on it right now. We got a special intro, so you could be the intro maestro on that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we got to have somebody who gives more fucks than Eddie Presti does.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Eddie Presti is the king of the fucks.
You see my hashtag in the chat earlier? Fucks are facts.
Yes.
So no, I know that you're down there in Dallas, right? We all know that. For those that don't know, how do, because I know the Dallas Mavericks are in the playoffs right now, they're playing phenomenal stuff. How are Mavericks fans, how are people that reacting, seeing what Jalen Brunson is doing in the postseason?
They're just hoping Mark Cuban just gets it straight in the face. And, like I told you in my NBA bracket challenge, I had Knicks and Mavs in the NBA finals. And Mark Cuban, is probably before even game one starts, he's probably going to be using his signature Shark Tank mantra. I'm out.
That's
Yeah,
smart right there.
yeah, because I don't think he wants to take the embarrassment, to be honest with you. Yeah, he knows this was an absolute bum ass take, for putting it lightly. It's basically, Mavs fans are probably gonna go ape shit on his ass. Basically, it's gonna be an entire entourage scene from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Basically, between Mavs fans and him, he's gonna be like Proxima Caesar. And if anybody hasn't seen the movie, I'm not gonna spoil it for them. I'm sorry.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but
I would throw it over.
Mark Cuban's got the persona of Proxima Caesar, basically, in this context. He's being seen as the evil guy.
Copy. Chris, I'm going to throw it over to you right now, Chris, because I know you got Yankees pod. You got to go start getting ready for it. You got to get back to work. So I'll throw it over to you, Chris. I know you brought up the injuries and stuff like that, but you said Deuce McBride has to step up tonight. Honestly, let's talk about tonight's game, game 3. Should we even play Jalen Brunson? Should Jalen Brunson even play? Because Dante DiVincenzo, he was questioned right before, and he literally shut the interview up. It was like, we're not throwing any games away. So I want to ask you, as a Knicks fan, give us your realistic take. Should we rest Jalen Brunson tonight?
No, because of what Eddie said earlier. We don't know what next season is going to be. You got to go all in now. You don't know if the chance is there next year. God forbid, let's just say we trade for a guy, or we pick up a big name, use the picks, whatever. Who knows if Brunson's going to have the same season? Who knows if he gets injured? Anything. Randall, we keep him, he has another injury. Mitchell, same thing. He's had these injuries over and over. We have to be all in now. Like, you can't worry about tomorrow. We can't play for next series. We can't play for the future. We have to play for today. What if Indiana has a bad game, right? Like, they're so hype about getting back home and blah, blah, blah. They can have a rough game and we can steal one. So, yeah, you got to go all in. If you can play, play. If you literally can't play, then don't force it, obviously. But if you can play, we don't know what the next series, the next game, or the next season is going to be. You got to go all in. And final thought on that one, too. Back to the point earlier, I kind of forgot this take, and I mentioned it earlier in the chat. Randall bitched for about 3 seasons straight. He was getting smacked, kicked, punched every time to the rim. And all I heard was, he's a crybaby, shut up and play. I want to hear that same shit now. Don't cry about fouls now when my boy was getting beat up on his own.
Yep.
He was getting his ass whipped, and everybody, Randall needs to stop crying and continue to play. And so I'm going to say the same shit back to them. Stop crying, play basketball. That's it. And so yeah, go all in tonight. Go for it. If you lose, you lose. But don't hold anybody back for tomorrow or the next game or whatever the case is. You go all in now. We're all in now, and let's continue the process that we've been in this entire season, bro. I like what we can do. We've watched many people go down, and the team just picks each other up. So that's what we need to do again, and we've done it before. So the recipe's there. Just continue to use the same recipe, and the food's going to come out great.
Chris, I'll let you go. I'll let you drop down. I'll throw it over to Eddie to respond, and then I'll throw it over to Sunil to get his response before we let him go. Eddie, I'll throw it over to you. Give us your take for what Chris just had to say.
He's right. Nothing is guaranteed tomorrow. Nothing. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Only today is. So, again, we could go out and make some blockbuster trade next year, and at the end of the day, somebody could get hurt. Anything can happen. So, only this year's guaranteed. Play for now. Play to win. That's it.
Facts. Douglas J. Nick Sprinkles Esquire. I'll throw it over to you, Sunil. Let's get your last take on what Chris had to say, and I'll let you go, and I'll throw it over to Jonathan to give his take. Go ahead, Douglas J. Nick Esquire.
So if the Knicks were to rest JB, who's the backup, basically, and how much of an impact does that put is basically the thought pattern that has to go into this. In addition to all the things that you guys have been saying about tomorrow's not guaranteed. Tomorrow's never guaranteed in any context, basketball, life, etc. And I got one fun fact to throw out at you. Everybody was making, if Pacers lose this game, Rick Carlisle is going to fight a fan. Who was the Pacers head coach when Meta World Peace got suspended for 72 games? A trivia question
Oh,
for the audience.
I
Would it be
forgot who was the head coach.
would it be the same guy who's there right now who's making his second stint as a Pacers head coach?
I forgot that was him.
I thought
I
that
mean,
was Larry Brown.
No,
Larry Brown.
It,
Larry Brown was gone. Yeah, Larry Brown was gone from Indiana at the time.
it was Rick Meta World Peace Carlisle.
Actually, Larry Brown was coaching the Knicks at the time that happened. That was his
Wow.
first season with the Knicks. I was in high school when that happened. I was in the 10th grade.
What year was that? Like
That was
04?
that was 05. That was that was Channing Frye's like rookie year.
No,
Yeah.
that was before that.
Real
that
quick,
was, no.
can I?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go.
Can I
ahead,
give a
My
take
fault.
for the game?
I just want to let Sunil go. Later, Sunil, we're going to let you down because we're going to bring Jonathan to give us his take, and then we're going to get ready to wrap things up. Sunil, appreciate you like always for the nice little trivia. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Real quick, I think the keys to the next game is to neutralize Sycamore and Halliburton. If we can guard them with good defense and prevent them from making good plays, I think the Knicks have a real chance of winning.
Okay,
and Halliburton.
Just for
That's
context, Eddie, it happened the 04-05 season. So the 04-05. So yeah, November. So it's the start of 04 to the 05 season.
04.
Yeah, the end of 04. Yeah. Jonathan, brother, appreciate you. Thank you so much for always giving us some dope takes and always supporting us in the chat. We're gonna let you down, Jonathan. We're gonna get ready to start wrapping things up. Just want to let everybody know when it comes to reactions on today's episode. We were able to get up. I know Jay Boogie asked for the link. I'm not sure if he's still going to come up, but we was able to get up to 25,000 on the reactions for this live stream. Thank you guys so much. You guys keep on killing it. We got five more to go till we get to 30K. Jay Boogie just came backstage. Let's bring up the closer again. Shout out to Jay Boogie for allowing us debut in that song today. Yes. Bugs, how you feeling, Unc?
Boogie, you killed that track, bro.
I think he's in the Matrix.
Yeah, he's in the Matrix. You want to leave? Come back in, Boog. Yeah, in the Matrix. All right, let's do a couple of house cleaning items, and then we'll get Boogie up here. We'll close with the Boogie closing.
How many raffles are we up to now?
I'm not sure. I lost count. But things are going good. People are getting them.
We got to get some more of those
again. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've yet to see anybody put in there that they were really going for the signed Eddie Presti shirt, which I was shocked, bro. I thought ticket sales would go through the roof with that.
That's in the works. That's in the works right now as we speak. So it will be in the works.
2 o'clock, we got the pop off right here. Lock in, guys. We got Gene Fitzmagic, James Woody, Nigel Downer, and Caleb Pinkett. They're going to be going live 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Check those guys out, man. They literally pop off on all things sports that are going on. It's our first one where it's really giving you that national coverage around all sports. And these guys, the 4 of them, I can't get over the fact of how fun it is to watch those guys, and the shit talking that they do amongst themselves is great. It's like literally being in their group chat live. It's freaking phenomenal. So if you're around 2 o'clock, check that out. Again, North Carolina, South Carolina, we're doing it. We're doing it. This is step number 1 of building a Knicks fan base community here in North and South Carolina. We show up to all the games. How about we find a place that we call home right here locally? Check it out with us tonight. Doors will be open at 6. Pre-game will go live at 7. Giveaway, duck races, post-game. Come out, have a good time. Let's get Jay Boogie on here. I think he's trying to connect that camera. And do we want to do a hard stop on the raffle entries? Like, should we we'll do it up until the pregame, I guess.
I was about to say, do it up until the pregame.
And then we'll leave it closed off for the people at the event till the end of the fourth quarter or beginning of fourth. Okay, that's fair. So I'll drop it into the raffle. Go ahead, Eddie.
Enter.
All right, so it looks like Jay Boogie is not going to be able to jump up, guys. It is not.
Sorry about that. Yeah, he's not connecting.
Yeah, on that road. But listen. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not upset that he's not on. And here's why. Hear me out. Jay Boogie already called me and let me know. He told him what time his ass was getting off work today. He in that grind mode. He went in early. He said, I'm knocking all this shit out because I plan to hook up with you, Porto, no later than 4 o'clock. So I'm going to head out the minute pop-off is over, hook up with Jay Boogie. Apollo's coming, Fulio and Free. It's just going to be fantastic tonight. What do you guys think? Maybe I just take us off screen and we let that symphony take us out.
Yeah, let the symphony
Right?
take
it
us
just
out
makes
and
sense.
spam the reaction while the symphony is playing so we could get up.
Yeah.
Like I said, we was at 25,000 on the
Appreciate
reactions.
everybody.
Please smack the reaction.
Oh,
Smack
wait.
the reaction.
I'm going to take myself off. Let me see if I can do it that way without having to change it.
Let's see. Jay Bugs, you there, Unc?
Yeah, I'm good now, man. My fault, man. My
All
apologies,
good.
man. I'm in the whip right now. I'm getting ready to go park this truck right now. Blessed health, happiness to everybody on this beautiful day of life. Another happy Friday, man. Feel good for yourselves, man. I need people to start celebrating yourself. You know, we celebrate the Knicks because they deserve it. They're giving us a great season. But I need to make sure everybody that's, you know, doing all this great content, you know what I'm saying? You're spending your money, you're going to the games and stuff. Celebrate yourself too, man, because you're a major part of what's going on. And without the fan base, you know what I'm saying? They don't get this monster push that they get. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's rocking, you know what I'm saying, up under this orange and blue, man. And with the symphony track, man, shout out to all those great artists, you know what I'm saying, that was able to, you know, put together their verses so we can come together, because this is what's happening up under this orange and blue and this family. Everybody is coming together. I don't care if it's on X, if it's on a podcast. I don't care what it, if you're just having a luncheon or dining anywhere. Knicks fans is coming together, you know what I'm saying, in celebration and enjoyment of this squad. And for that symphony, man, shout out, you know what I'm saying, to the lady chef. Shout out to my man Drugs Only. Shout out to Trippy OG. Shout out to definitely shout out to my man Ill Phil Porto, you know what I'm saying? The Morning Brew. I was shocked he the name dropped the show in there, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Everybody did a great thing. My man Cully, he did what he do. Cully was on my Christmas anthem, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trap B. Shout out to Papa Left closing it up. I know it's somebody that I'm missing. I don't want to miss out on nobody, but man, shout out to just my man, Still Be the Great from Bars and Hoops. Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, that did what they had to do. And I apologize for it was taking too long. We had people waiting on this song, but I had to make sure I was waiting for the guests to make their appearances on this song. I didn't want to invite somebody to be on the song and not, you know, have them on the song. So I needed to wait for them to, you know, have their studio time and all that, you know what I'm saying? But this was a well-deserved record, and it's a well-deserved season, you know. And I was like, oh my God, man, we got to get out of this first round, man. We didn't got the song. The song come too late. Man, what am I going to do? I got to refund everybody from going to their studios and everything. But, man, we on deck, though. We got another one on deck, you know what I'm saying? You know, Casanova, he did I'm So Brooklyn with it. I'm coming out with another one. We get out with this round. It's called I'm So Nick with it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we rocking and doing what we do. Shout out to everybody watching and viewing. And, yo, everybody in the city, the North Carolina, the Concord, you know what I'm saying, is going down tonight. You need to be there. If you ain't there and you a Knick fan and you in Carolina, something is really, really wrong with you. Something is really, really wrong with you. We need to be in the building. We need to show and prove, you know what I'm saying, the North Carolina can hold it down. This is the very first, you know what I'm saying, that we have it, you know, hosted by my man Jiggaman, and I'm there rocking with him. Fulio gonna be out here, Freezy, everybody coming. Everybody get to the Concord. I'm gonna go park this truck right now and get me dressed up today. Yo, I can't wait to the night, man. And
Jay, you know what you forgot to say too? We gonna play that symphony across the entire bar tonight. We kicking it off on the sound system, people.
That's right, and it's gonna rain too. I got something else I'm gonna play too. I got another joint called the Coat. You know what I'm saying? Knicks over all T, K-O-A-T. I'm not the G-O-A-T. None of that. I'm the Coat, and I love the Knicks, and we over all teams. And I look for the guys, you know what I'm saying? These guys need to make a name for themselves. Deuce, I need you to show up tonight, man. Anybody that Tom has in that game, make a name for yourself. Let them know that you belong. I'm part of this team right there. You know, so anything that, when guys got heart, that's heart go a long way. I always say, you know, if hard work plays off, more than, you know what I'm saying, talent. They do what they got to do and handle their business. But, yo, I'm going to get off this phone line. I love you guys. Hey, Jiggaman, we turning up tonight. We ain't turning nothing down. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop in the mall and go buy me a sports jacket just so I can look like Eddie tonight.
Hey. Jay Boogie, the closer. Appreciate you, Unc. Salute. 3 capital.
I love
S's.
that, man. Yo, Boogie and I are going wild tonight, bro. I don't think you guys understand.
Honestly.
Like, everybody, Hector, people are literally, like, the messages we're receiving are hilarious. Yo, I expect y'all to go crazy tonight. I even told my wife she coming with me. Like, people are like, I'm bringing my significant other.
I have FOMO.
Because we're about to get crazy.
I have FOMO. I have fear that I'm missing out. I honestly think this thing that y'all going to do in the Carolinas, I think this event is going to be bigger than what the fuck we did 2 days ago at Tryon Public, just because of the different Knick content creators that are going to be there. Like you said, not only you, Jay Boogie's going to be there. Uncle Freezy's going to be there. Uncle Fulio's going to be there. It's going to be CP Pittman's going to be there. Apollo is going to be there from Guard Up Nick. There's going to be a lot of fucking Knick fans in the building.
Yo,
it's going to be special.
Iru's sister is on vacation here in North Carolina. Iru's sister hit up and said, "Oh, your boys are
my
sister
sister.
together."
I told my sister and my brother-in-law may show up just to pop out in my presence because I can't be there, just to be in the building.
I'm excited. 7 o'clock, we will do the pregame live from the venue. Having a great time. Get your tickets, all that. And I can't say anything yet, but Heck and Eddie, I'll tell you backstage. But we might be having another thing added to the giveaway. All right? I don't want to do false advertising. What we already have in the giveaway is damn worth it, okay? The Jalen Brunson signed basketball is amazing. But we're working on other things. So if it does come through, we'll announce it on social. Pay attention on X. We'll announce it there. And, guys, anything else before we go? Or do we drop that track and let them enjoy?
I said we drop that chat. Let's go Knicks. The Villanova boys. Shout out to MRG. Shout out to MRG. Make sure you guys go look them up. The Villanova boys song is amazing. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe on it as well. And I think Neil from Tyrone Public House, I think he's in the chat right now. If Neil is in the chat from Tyrone Public House, if he's in it, he just texted me right now. He is in the chat right now. Folks in the chat, say thank you to the Tryon Public House for allowing us. We got 500 people in the building watching us right now, collectively across all platforms. If you guys can, throw the fire emoji in the chat right now for our people at the Tryon Public House. If you guys in New York City, make sure you guys come up to Inwood. Make sure you guys come up to Dykeman. This is a local bar in my local neighborhood. I want a spot uptown for us and us real sports fans so we can hang out. I appreciate the hookah lounges that we have in my neighborhood. I love the hookah lounges we have in my neighborhood. But I just want to say we need a place for us sports fans. I see the fire emojis in the chat. Throw the fire emojis. Let's get more fire emojis in the chat.
I love that you went this route with the show love to Tryon in the chat, because you know me, I'd be like, hey guys, let's convince Neil to bring us back. Everybody call Tryon Public House.
Dang, well, you can do that too. Call Tryon Public House and tell Neil he needs us back.
I say, Neil, you need to make sure these guys are here time and time again. Neil, we're building something, Neil. Let's do this, all right? Washington Heights, let's own that Dykeman Street.
Look at all the fire emojis in the chat.
Neil,
make sure you guys go to Instagram. Follow them on Instagram, the Tryon Public House on Instagram. Go on there, support them, follow them, like, comment in the latest post and said, bring Morning Brew Sports back.
Yo, Neil, we're ready. Guys, everybody hit them up. Eddie, I love you. See you at 7. I'm going to hit that track for everybody. Appreciate everybody in there. Guys, let's take it out with this dope Friday vibe with the Knicks Symphony. Jay Boogie the closer on that note.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
New York City, it's your girl, Lady and the Chef, and I brought some of my best podcast spitters. In fact, here come the Symphony.
For the playoffs everywhere, we orange blue. Nick game, fly Cam, Anthony Donahue. The MSG inside is like a 4.8, and when it shake, the magnitude is like the earthquake. Truth be told, it's a bad enough reason. When they broke the news, Judy is out for the season. That only mean the squad, they more locked in. 19,812 in the garden. We sold out to the max, we the best fans. From Coach Tip going back to Red Hose, man. The Fraser era, rest in peace, still a Willis Reed. It's only right I start off the Knicks Symphony.
Next up,
I believe that's me.
drugs, light up the Knicks for the symphony.
As our time, you could tell we arrived. When you look up in the clouds, you see orange and blue skies. They doubted us for a long time, cause we came from nothing. Now the city on my back like Jalen Brunson. Next man up, you know you can't stop us. Run, shoot, off of the screen, you can't block us. 48 minutes of straight pain. We could do this at home or away games. There's no place like the Garden where stars is born and the loser's heart gets on. We leave it all on the court. It's time to step up your game in 3-point range, or you gon' hear.
Next up,
I believe that's me.
Trippy, light up the Knicks for the symphony.
Got JB Villanova, tell me who want wreck. Triple-headed monster, even got block nest. Orange and blue vibe, Knicks crest on your chest. Since OG, you can miss me with the Michelin nest. Chef Ragu with the shot, hit boogie, you press. Who want next? Eastbound gritty, keep it shippy, dropping 50, just crown, son. ECF up next, cut the check, we got one. Army Swift, knife mark deep if you doubt, son. It's clout, son. New York forever saying proud. It's wartime, we changing the outcome. 24, clear the path, get it done. This is our
Hey yo, it's Phil, all caps, tapping in like a 6-man. Spit all facts, never slacks. I'm a Knicks fan, slam the competition with the rhymes that I wrote. Spanning back to the days of Starks, dunking on the goat. You will quote these lines, this is a squad to believe in. We've overcome adversity throughout the whole season. Super teams are fleeting, so we built a continuity. Regardless of our seeding, Captain Clutch was facing scrutiny, cause media lies like presidential elections. So we made them a Cuban West Side connection. The grit of the 90s, the fight of our lead. Tips screaming, where you at? The whole city behind me.
Next up,
I believe that's me. Respect history of that team that played for NYC. 90s ball, Mason Oak with a shot to your ribs. From jump ball of 48 that's on the clock for the tips. It's dedicated. Chip on our shoulder, 73, let's celebrate it. Trust me, it's personal, NBA Finals designated. We don't want to settle for less. Last time I checked, whoever leave with that gold medal's the best. Injury reports, messing with my head got me stressed. And then boom, here comes Deuce on the bench. Had to get off that stench. The next up, the mindset of the Knicks is step up. Who want war with us? Toe to toe, who gon' score with us? Playoffs, who gon' really win four with us?
Next up, I believe that's me. Bars and hoop, light up the Knicks for the symphony.
Yo, we ain't no joking. Competition, we clip and smoke them. These Knicks is potent. Underdogs remaining focused. Don't be surprised, we making moves true to the game. We got a squad with hitters ready to bring the pain. We're hard hats, bring lunch pails, grimy and gritty. With 12 men blue collar guys that's running the city. Ain't nothing pretty. Took 6 games to finish Philly. This for my city, NYC. Better sing it with me. JB's the blueprint. In other words, he's like a spark. We draining threes from long range like Josh Hart. OG be locking it down. We built to go for a few rounds, so duck down, protect your dome and your crown. So grab your seats, sit courtside and enjoy the ride. Orange and blue, Knicks fans, we rapping it with pride.
Next up,
I believe that's me.
Trav, light up the Knicks for the symphony. Go.
Yeah, I'm in the garden like a lawnmower, going through green like a leaf blower. Orange and blue skies by the all knower. You can see the potential if you a ball knower. I'm the king, Knicks on the crown. If you big and bad, come stop us right now. The Brunson burner, he's shooting your lights out. This is our city, we taking the vice out. Get a grip, get a grip. We be killing it, man. You be looking for your heart, but it's still in my hand. Thought you was gonna come and try to steal the win. Well, I guess we had a change of plans. God damn.
Next up,
I believe that's me.
Papa left, close out the Knicks Symphony.
Bring me the smoke while they duck for the semis. All the Chucks and the Kennys getting stuck on a Fenny. Hey Becky, is Jalen 1A yet? If I hear another dame start talking out they paycheck, buck them down, no baby reindeer. These starters like Parker just can't be safe here. It's open season, playoff grind. I hear the Draymond Greens, they gotta play online. It take a hero to carry this city. Real work, you wash with a pod, so carry on, Gilbert. I feel perk, but this for the day ones who've been A1 on go when the hate comes. So what's a Paul Reed to a boss tweet? Get off these, we run 4-4s till it's all ring.
And that's what it sounds for a Knicks Symphony. And beat is in the trunk, y'all know who on deck. Every series we dropping a Knick anthem. We ain't playing no games. It's orange and blue skies, baby. Another Mike Blaze and J30 production. And I'm the closer. Salute, salute, salute.